Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. I recently uploaded, my thoughts about the game, but now we'll go a bit more in depth into the Paris Saint Germain performance 3-0 victory versus Stade Brest in the Champions League. And we'll start off from the back. Gianluigi Donnarumma faced, potentially two shots, made two saves, one really great there in the second half. Only facing 0.10 xg, which is very good. Like, we don't want our goalkeeper to face an xg. Obviously, when he does face XG, we expect him to save, as for example in the City game, for example. His ball playing ability also looked good, apart from, when he hit Ajorc's face. And there was another pass, I think the Nuno was a bit too close to Ajorc. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. Why? Because it didn't come from Donnarumma being unconfident with the ball. It was quite the opposite. It was Donnarumma being way too confident with the ball, which is an improvement, but it's like he's overdoing it. But apart from that, Donnarumma before it was like a 5-game spell. Now I would say it's up to a 7, 8, 10-game spell. Obviously, Donnarumma, it's never been really about the consistency. It's mostly been about the big moments, which are coming up. But at least this time he's coming in with consistency, as not compared to in the beginning of the season. And I'm happy that no extension has been confirmed yet. Obviously, talks are more positive than they used to be. But I don't want that seal. I want Donnarumma until the end of the season to fight for that extension, because maybe that will be the final thing. That extra pressure on him will make him to be good, as he's been in the past couple of games. Next up is Nuno Mendes. Once again, defensively, let me see dribble past. What is this, man? Like, I like Nuno so much, man. I like Nuno. Look, he gives you 12 defensive actions, 5 recoveries, 2 interceptions, won majority of his duels, 2 interceptions, 3 headed clearances, 8 clearances, 2 out of tackles, 1, 2 corners, 3 out of 9 accurate long balls. He had some great switches, 4 passes into the final third, 85 touches. He's a bit more defensively this game, but I don't like to see this, man. Because if you're getting cooked by Kamara, imagine when we play other players. Obviously, Nuno's going to be way more focused then. I like that Nuno is an aggressive player. That's what makes him so good. But I just hope sometimes he's a bit more cautious. Sometimes he just thinks, what's the best possible decision for me to do in this moment? Like, I don't want to see that. I remember one chance they got, which Marquinhos, who will come to soon, made that important clearance, because then Sima would have scored a tap. And all that came from Kamara cooking Nuno, man. Come on, Nuno. For me, this is the major thing. I don't want you to get cooked, because, it's not a good thing. I would say maybe Nuno is even a better defender maybe than Hakimi. Just that Hakimi never gets cooked. Why? Because he never over aggressively. Like, just stay on him. Sometimes you can go aggressively, but you can't get dribble past 3 times. But still, a solid game from Nuno Mendes in this game. William Pacho, just a clean performance once again. 2 blocks, 5 clearances, 3 headed clearances, 11 defensive actions, 3 recoveries, dribble past once. Probably that was for his last ditch tackle. I mean, it was a great recovery there. I'm actually having huge prop for Nuno Mendes, staying with Ajorc all the time, putting Sima in a place he didn't want to be in, and Pacho was quick enough to make the recovery. Didn't win most of his duels, only 2 out of 6. But you know what? I can't blame Pacho. You're playing against a 6'5" Ajorc. There aren't many other teams that are going to play a 6'5" Ajorc. And when he actually played Haaland, I feel he had a better aerial win percentage. Obviously, Ajorc is much better than Haaland in the air, despite being similar in height. But yeah, good performance from Pacho. Next up is Marquinhos, and for me, he was probably the man of the match, with him being the captain. I mean, it was a spectacular performance from Marquinhos, both vocally and, on the pitch, how he was playing. And who knows, maybe now the knockout stage is coming, Marquinhos, just turns on that knockout stage, because out of all the players we have in this team, this is the guy that was with us in the final. This is the guy that has reached 2 semifinals apart from the semifinal when we reached the final. So this is someone that has experience, and this is exactly what I expect from Marquinhos. This is the exact reason I'm critiquing Marquinhos, because this is what I expect from Marquinhos. You're supposed to be the leader, leading the defensive line, and I mean, everything that was coming in, 13 clearances, 22 defensive actions. Like, he was just cleaning everything up, winning 6 duels as well, only losing 4 out of 7 again. A Jork tax, but it was a perfect performance in my opinion for Marquinhos. Only, if you want to say any negative thing, was obviously the unfortunate header that hit our post. Luckily, no goal, but good performance from Marquinhos. Next up is Ashraf Hakimi, 8.8, 1 assist, 2 chances created. 2 touches in opposition box, 5 passes into the final third, 2 out of 3 dribbles completed, 3 clearances, 3 interceptions, 7 defense actions, 10 recoveries, 0 dribble pass. Nuno Mendes, I'm looking at you, 4 duels, 1. And one thing I have to mention about Hakimi, there were at least 2-3 times last game where I'm seeing Due go off the right, and I'm like, where's Hakimi? Like Hakimi always makes the overlap. Nuno makes it, Hakimi makes it even stronger because he can push up more and has insane stamina. But I didn't see Hakimi, and even in some moments I saw him be a little bit weak. This is not a negative thing. I think in the past, past couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, I've noticed Hakimi has not been him. First of all, he's been rested for so many games. Like Hakimi rested 1 game, yeah, but he's rested too many games, which tells me there's something wrong with him. He had a stomach ache or something. I think there's something with Hakimi. I don't even remember the Stuttgart game. He got subbed out. I was like, Hakimi getting subbed out? What, is he 40? So, yeah, there's clearly something with Hakimi. It could be due to overplaying with us not having a backup right back, but it also could be, he's just physically going not through the best period. But despite that, having an 8.8 rating, all the stats that we mentioned, including assist, I mean, it was a simple assist to Dembele, but Ashraf Hakimi, what a jogador. And hopefully he comes back to his fully best, because we will need him, man. He's a top player. Fabio Ruiz, again, just a decent performance. I still don't consider him as a starter. I still consider the starting midfielders Neves, Due, and Vitinha. But just a decent performance from Fabio Ruiz. This is what I expect from him. Obviously, he's not reaching the heights of Spain and all of that. Is that because of him? Confidence? How he feels. Spain obviously played differently than Paris Saint Germain as well. But I just like that he puts up these decent performances. Nothing special. 9 defensive action. Got dribble pass twice. I think Ajork nutmegged him. Didn't win majority of his duels. And this is why it tells me he's not starting quality for Paris Saint Germain. We can upgrade on him. We potentially have better players in the squad as well. But yeah, just another decent performance from Fabio Ruiz. Vitinha, my second man of the match. Vitinha completed most passes, 86 in this match. The most accurate passer, 98%. 1 goal, 3 shots. 1 chance created that Dembuz needs to score that. 2 out of 2. He's going from some long shot. 2 out of 2 dribbles. Like he was moving. Oof. 8 out of 9 accurate long balls. 9 passes into the final third. 4 clearances. 6 defensive actions. 6 recoveries. Dribble pass 0 times. And won 3 out of 4 duels. 1 and committed once. I mean, Vitinha, he's definitely hitting his prime. I definitely felt something in the beginning of the group stage. Like, come on, Vitinha, man. I have high expectations on you, but maybe it was a bit burnt out after the insane knockout stage he has with us last year. And then, obviously, the Euros with Portugal. But now, I'm seeing Vitinha from the knockout stages last season. And may I say, even better, with more confidence. But bigger games will tell us more. So, Vitor, keep it going, man. Magician. Absolute magician. Next up is Joao Neves. And oh my days. I didn't really... I noticed a lot from Joao Neves in the game, but when I even watched the comp after the game, I noticed so much more from Joao Neves in this game. 1 shot, 3 chances created. 3 chances created. Like the boost back heel. 1 big chance missed. I can't really remember which one it was. 2 out of 3 dribbles, 2 touches up position box, 7 passes into the final third, 6 out of 6 accurate long balls. 3 out of 3 tackles, 12 defensive actions, and then could do better on the duels. But Joao Neves, once again, just a really great performance, defensively, offensively, running the entire game, just being extremely annoying. If I was a Brest player, the most annoyed player I would be from Paris Saint Germain would be Joao Neves. Because he was so annoying. He was everywhere, winning everything, doing everything. Joao Neves doing everything. Jogador. Jogador Joao Neves. Beautiful performance from the 20-year-old. And now we'll come to the attack. Let's start with Bradley Barcola. 3 shots, 1 chance created, 2 big chances missed. 0 out of 1 successful dribbles. It's calm. It's calm. He's been in really great form recent past like 8 couple of games. This one wasn't the best, but it happens. And I know Bradley Barcola will have better games ahead of him. But yeah, just that killer instinct. I needed better. The first shot, still a big miss inside of the box. Some people say Chardonnay touched it, but we didn't get a corner from it. But sometimes you can miss that, I guess. But the second one, it's not more about that he missed that. It's about more like that was never gonna go in. I think maybe he was thinking do it, pause, and then it just became too much. But yeah, we'll get better performances in the future. Next up is Desiree Doué, complete most dribbles 4. Obviously played as a raw winger. I still think he's a better as a midfielder, which he's shown us. Created obviously the big chance for Bradley Barcola. Had 4 out of 9 dribbles. He was just trying a lot on that right hand side. And as I said, with Hakimi not being 100% fit, he did it. He was, even in the Barcola chance, he was in a 1v2 and just took them and created that chance and went into a lot of duels as well. Good game from Desiree Doué. Next up, Ousmane Dembele. La 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 la. 9 rating, 2 goals, 7 shots. And I remember, like, I think Dembele is a top shooter in the Champions League with like an average of 7 shots a game. So he took a lot of shots to this game, was in a lot of great opportunities. You can see 6 out of the 7 shots inside of the box, 2 of them being goals. 2 chances created. I think the Barcola chances created by Dembouz, and then he had another one I can't really remember. Obviously, 2 big chances missed. Maybe they removed that Fugazi one. That one was the penalty. But then obviously in the second half, I felt he could have scored one of those 2 chances. In the first half, he could have done better with the volley. But the thing is, if you miss, the most important thing is that you score. And that's exactly what Dembele did. Like, and one thing I also like, it didn't affect him mentally. Like, he had a huge blunder. 1 minute later, he scores. Huge blunder. 1 minute later, he scores. Which just shows mentally, he's definitely there. It's still Brest, but we move. 3 out of 3 accurate long balls. 2 out of 3 successful dribbles. As I said, he made a lot of mistakes. He got dispossessed. He lost the ball a couple of times and so on. But like 26 out of 13 to 7, it wasn't that many crazy passes he was trying. But when you score 2 goals like that in those moments of the game when we really needed a goal, beautiful. Like, he got the second to make the second half much easier, kill off the confidence of Brest, and then got the third to kill the game off. Ousmane Dembele, 6 goals in his last 4 Champions League. 3. 16-3. Insane. And then we quickly talk about the bench. Kvara obviously didn't have the best performance. Wow, 9-11 in accurate passes. The only great thing I remember was that dummy. Really cheeky dummy earning us that yellow card. I don't remember the chance created. Yeah, calm. Kangi Lee as well. The only thing I remember from Kangi Lee was not giving it to Dembele when he should have given it. But yeah, calm. And Gonçalo came just on at the end. We didn't really do anything. And that's the thing with Paris Saint Germain's Luis Enrique's Paris Saint Germain. When we get 3-0 up, we're like, all right, let's just keep the clean sheet. And I like that. That way, it's much harder for the opponent to come back. And sure, it would be nice seeing more goals, stat pad session, all of that. But yeah, it's good that we are controlling games and getting better at controlling games, because that would be really crucial in bigger games where we need to control them. 62% possession in this game with 2.72 XG, 16 shots. 7 shots on target, 7 big chances, 5 big chances missed. Still won 3-0. And that's, for me, the great thing about this game is we know that, like, Dembele obviously scoring at such an elite rate and scoring great finishes and everything. But we know, like, we don't have, like, 3 elite attackers like Doué, Barcola still young coming up, and Dembouz, first time in his career where he's had this kind of role and pressure on him. So for me, it's always been about just dominate the game as much as possible and create as many chances as possible, because we will miss chances. But as long as we create so many, at the end, so many will go in as well. But yeah, it was just a very dominant performance from Paris Saint Germain. I never felt Brest would do anything. And even 2 of their posts, like, it was Fugazi from our own players. And yeah, it was a complete dominant performance from Paris Saint Germain. And going more individually, it was a great collective performance from all the players. Obviously, some players can do better, but you would never have 11 players doing all well, apart from if you're facing a complete dog shit opponent. And Brest, sure, you sing 3-0. We dominated, cooked them. Brest actually defended really well, put up a tough fight, were hard in duels, were great on the counter. Probably should have scored at least 1. But we move away with the 3-0. Like, in the beginning of the season, we moved away with the results that really didn't tell you the game negatively. Now we're getting away with the results that were really telling you the game, but more positively. That's been it from boy PSG. And as usual, allez, Paris.